Channel. If you're new here, my name is Taria. I'm an owner of an adult day program, as well as a wife and a mom. I love helping aspiring providers build six-figure adult day programs serving adults with IDD. Today, I want to talk about the most profitable adult day programs. If you're ready to learn what makes an adult day program profitable, this video is definitely for you. Here are 4 things you must choose to make your adult day program profitable. Number 1, the participant type. Number 2, the service type. Number 3, the service site. And number 4, business structure. So choosing a participant type. So serving young adults with IDD. Okay, so you can either look at young adults that have medical or health supports required, behavior supports required, or just want to come to your program for socialization. So let me break that down a little bit. So young adults with IDD can suffer from medical and health supports, meaning they're fall risk, so they need help with, they have unsteady gait, so they need help with walking. They can have choke risk, so they need help with eating. They could take medications at your site. They, may use a wheelchair. They may need help supports with changing because they're incontinent. So there's many different ways that you can support an individual with medical and health supports. Another type of young adult with IDD is behavioral supports. So you can provide behavioral support services where you're helping them manage their behaviors, you're tracking their trends or their behaviors and trying to help them with different coping mechanisms, different behavior management support needs like breathing exercises, teaching them different skill sets. And then lastly, socialization. So they may just come there to socialize, where they come there to play bingo, karaoke maybe, very similar to an adult daycare. But you're teaching them how to socialize with others, how to get along with others, how to interact and communicate with others. Okay. Second, you choose a service type. So when you're serving young adults with IDD, you can choose different service types. So there's day habilitation, there's supportive employment, there's pre-vocational, and there's career planning. So day habilitation is pretty much where they're learning the socialization piece. They can have all of those other different needs, behavior supports, medical health supports in all of these areas. But ideally in the day habilitation services, you're teaching them more socialization. Maybe you're teaching them some work skills. They're not quite working, but you're teaching them like the pre-vocational type work skills where they're learning how to write resumes, how to write their name, as well as, they can learn how to fold towels, and also socialize, play bingo, different things of that nature. Even cooking classes can be a part of rehabilitation. Supportive employment. So supportive employment is when you're actually going to a work site with them, and teaching them how to work in a work environment. You more so like a one-on-one need where there's job coaching at a work site. Okay, so you can contract with different local businesses that can take on and support your individual and allow a job coach to come in while they're actually working. And then I talked a little bit about pre-vocational when I was talking about rehabilitation, but pre-vocational is pretty much teaching them how to write their resume, interviewing techniques, actually working on site for a minimum amount of hours on site, learning different skill sets while they're still at your facility. Career planning. So career planning is exactly how it sounds. You're actually helping them plan out their career. So they have a long-term career plan of becoming a teacher. You may want to, connect with the local schools and have them come in and, tell them what's involved with becoming a teacher. Maybe there's some schooling that needs to be done, possibly some shadowing that can be done. So, that's all part of career planning. Okay, choosing a service type. So facility-based supports is one of them, or community-based supports. So facility-based supports is where all of your service takes place within a facility. Okay, so the rehabilitation components and services will take place within your facility. The pre-vocational services will take place within your facility. Or you can have community-based where supportive employment can take place at their job site. Career planning can take place at the library. You can even do pre-vocational at a library, so that could be community-based. Day hab can take place where you meet them at a museum, and they learn their socialization at the museum. So everything will take place out in the community. Nothing will take place in a facility site. Everything will be on site in the community. So you'll meet them in the community. All the activities will take place in the community. So that essentially is the community base. Okay. Lastly, choose a business structure. So you can either go the organizational route where you're an organizational provider or an individual provider. So an organizational provider is where you have a team that will work with you and provide the services. It's not you providing the services as the owner. You'll have your team that's providing all the services. So for day hab services, your team will be doing all the socialization pieces with them, the bingo. They'll be actually being the direct support staff of your individuals. Or you can have the individual provider route where it's you providing all of the services, where you are the supportive employment person, the job coach that goes to the job with the individual and performs all of the teaching components with the individual at the job site. Or the pre-vocational where you're teaching them all the resume writing and interviewing techniques. So you're doing essentially all the work. Okay, so let me tell you, you have all these choices. You have a lot of decisions to make, but let me tell you what is the most profitable out of all of these decisions. So when you're choosing a service type or choosing what participant you want to serve, you want to serve young adults with IDD who have all of the above. You don't want to limit yourself with any of these needs. So medical and health supports, behavioral support, socialization. So you want to provide services within all of those realms to make yourself the most profitable adult day program. Service type. Okay, so when you look at service type, you want to go with day habilitation or pre-vocational. You can have the most staffing level of supports when you provide these type of services. So when I say level of supports or level of care, meaning you can have different ratios with individual when you have day habilitation and pre-vocational. You can have a 5-to-1 group where it's 5 individuals to 1 staff or 3 individuals to 1 staff. Whereas when you go to the supportive employment, it's just 1-to-1 ratio. So you can't maximize your reimbursement rates when you have 1-to-1 ratio, because a lot of that is going towards just 1 staff. So you want to go the day hab or pre-vocational route where you can maximize your staffing levels. Okay. Choose a service type. So service type, I'm a big fan of facility-based support. With facility-based support, you can also maximize your supports. You can provide multiple services in one facility, one area. Whereas community-based, again, it's that same concept where you have possibly 1 staff going out in the community with 1 individual. It may be a little more difficult to manage a group of individuals out in the community, especially if there's some behavioral supports or medical or health supports that are needed. So I'm definitely a huge fan of facility-based supports where you can maximize your supports, maximize your services, maximize your participant number. So choosing a business structure. Big fan of organizational provider. For the same reason, organizational providers can provide maximum support, multiple supports to many different areas, individuals, because you have a team. As far as the individual provider, it's just you providing every support. So you're not maximizing your reimbursement rate. organization. You can hire a team that can provide those services to multiple individuals. So I hope that helps. I know that's a lot of great information. If you have any questions, please drop those questions below. Don't forget, if you found this information helpful, share it with somebody else. If you know somebody else who's interested in starting a day program and they need to hear this information, share this content with them. If this content was useful for you, like it, subscribe. And if you're somebody that wants to seek supports with opening up a profitable adult day program, I'm going to attach a link below. Let's chat. Let's see if you're a good fit for my coaching and consultant program. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.